Hi guys, well, good afternoon actually. I know you guys can see the ring light in my glasses. You can see in the title of this video, I am coming to you guys with some travel tips from Lisbon. If you haven't already checked out my Lisbon series, there is 4 vlogs from my trip to Lisbon that I did in August, which honestly, that's a while ago. We are in November right now. Things tend to be a little bit delayed these days, okay? Life is just happening a little bit chaotic. First tip slash advice is, okay, getting from the airport to your hotel. I looked this up before we left and it said that there was a bus that was supposed to go directly from the airport and head into town, like in the area, because we were having, our hotel was pretty much in the downtown area already, very central, which was really great. But we got off the flight and then went over to the bus station and apparently no bus. There was a train station there as well. You can take the train down to the Centrum area, but we ended up just buying a taxi straight from the airport. I can't remember what the price was, but I'm pretty sure 12 euros or less. No, 15 euros or less. I think we paid maybe like 13 euros to get from the airport to the hotel, and I think it was like a 20-minute ride. We got back, the hotel pre-ordered a taxi for us, so we just didn't have to worry about that at all. And I believe we paid with cash. My second advice is just have some cash with you. We didn't have that much euros, but we figured, you know, you never know, not all places take card. Most of the places though in Lisbon do take card, but I do suggest just having some cash with you, because there are areas where that might be beneficial, such as taking a taxi, or if you end up like buying something at a street market. In the same sentence, the same tip kind of goes back to the transportation. We did end up taking a train ride, if you haven't seen it, but we took a train out to Belém. And the mistake that we made, so I did ask a friend that I know that has lived in Lisbon, so he said that there's a subway card that you can buy and then like fill money up on it. And so what we did was like, we just went to the train station. We went to like one of those like booths where you can actually just buy a ticket from a person, and we just asked him, say, okay, we're gonna go to Belém and then we're gonna go back, like, and then he just kind of did it for us. So we just get 2 cards, but those you can obviously refill. I think it's called a sapping card, a sapping. I'm just gonna write the title, like the name of it and a picture of what it looks like here. That's what we ended up doing. The mistake though that we made, which I highly recommend don't make, because we had a little bit of a panic attack. Get on the train, you kind of have to beep your card, go through a passage. I think pretty much all big cities like London has it as well. Like, it's like a gate that opens and closes. Went through, got on the train. What we didn't know though is that we got off at Belém, but we walked, if you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna link it right up here. We walked from Belém area to the next train station. So when we got on that train station, that apparently was outside of this zone that we were in, which made it more expensive. So we beeped in, which was fine, but then when we got back to Belém, we weren't able to beep ourselves out again, so we were stuck on the station, and there was no machines to actually buy or refill your card on the inside where the trains was. Like, you had to do that on the outside. Oh boy, like if we knew that, I just didn't know that that was a thing. I didn't know that that was a different zone. I just assumed that this was like, we have enough to go there and this and back, there and back. It didn't really matter if it was this station or that station, because I didn't feel that it was that far apart, but apparently it was. So don't make that mistake and fill more money on your card, or like double check that that's in the right zone, because we felt like we were stuck. And obviously in Portugal people speak Portuguese, and they do speak English though. Most people speak English as well, like they understand it. It's not that hard, but it's not obviously their first language. And we were trying to get a hold of somebody that was working there, like the security guy. We ended up like, I was just kind of like running after him, trying to get his attention, because he wasn't really listening to what I was saying. I was like, excuse me, and we didn't want to be stuck at the station. And we didn't really know that was like the mistake that we made. And we ended up getting into contact with him. I tried to explain it to him, and then I think he just laughed at it in the end, and because he ended up actually had been living in Sweden, so he understood Swedish, so he realized, okay, we were Norwegian. So in the end it worked out pretty fine. He ended up like, he looked really strict, but it kind of like ended up being a fun thing anyway. But I highly just recommend it. When you get the card, make sure that you are in the right zone so you don't end up doing what we did. Why they don't have an extra machine on the inside so you can actually refill your cards, I don't know, but I would. The whole thing really was like a little confusing, but once you get it, or you know this beforehand, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be fine. My next advice, this is number 3, is book table. Oh my god, we go into different places. A lot of places was packed, and a lot of the restaurants are local and small. It's like a hole in the wall, and then there's like a restaurant in the back. We probably ate a lot earlier than most Portuguese people. I highly recommend booking and reserving a table ahead. There was one place that we tried to go to. If I have a video clip of it, I will add it in here. I think we tried 3 times. I tried to email them, I tried to call them, and we went by one time. But all the times that I'd never got a response. I never really were able to go through calling them. Like, it was just a hassle, and they had good reviews, and we really wanted to try the food. At the end of the day, I don't think it was meant to be because we were not able to do it. Book a table. Tip number 4. Good shoes. Oh my gosh, Lisbon is up and down and up and down. We go up and a lot of like just basically a bunch of bricks on the road and on the sidewalks. I did bring like a pair of like wedges, like summer heels in a sense, which worked fine. During the day, wear sneakers, comfortable shoes. It's gonna be, unless if you are like me, my mom, when we're on vacation, we walk a lot. We like to walk around. Wear proper shoes. If you are going out at night, kind of think about that as well. Like, don't wear heels that are gonna get stuck in these brick roads. Tip number 6. It's mainly for people that love to drink alcohol or wine, or just maybe drink alcohol in general. Though I do recommend trying out 2 different types of like wine, sparkling wine, which is Vino Verde, which is green wine. I really didn't know much about until we got there, and they were like, oh, green wine, that's very interesting, let me try that. Very good. It's a mix between like a sparkly wine and a regular wine. This one was not sparkly, but you felt like it could have been at the same time. It was just a very like in between good combo. Second one is their version of a Prosecco, which is called Espumante and Vino Verde. These are 2 different ones that I would recommend trying. I didn't know that Espumante was Prosecco. I think we just didn't see Prosecco on the menu because that's what we're used to. The day before we left or something, that we saw it on the little like cafe, this little house that you can see in this little clip coming up here. In this little clip coming up here, you can see this little greenhouse that was outside of, it was a part of our hotel, but it was like in the park in front of it. This is where we saw it, and we were just like, let's just try it. And then I bought a glass and realized this was actually sparkling wine or like Prosecco type of thing. So tip number 7. This is all gonna be about restaurant. So restaurant number 1, the first place we went the first day, is this dinner spot called I cannot pronounce this. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce this, so I'm just gonna put the name right here on the screen in front of you guys. And this place, when we got there the first day, I love the like design, the interior of it. It was definitely a vibe, and you could see that it was more of an expensive restaurant, which it was. We had some samosas, we had this like noodle dish and a glass of wine. If you are looking for a little more of a fancy, we went back to this place and had drinks a few times as well, and we sat on the inside. As you can see, the inside looks like this, which was definitely just a vibe. If you want to dress up and just sit and have drinks at a classy place, as well as like eat some good Asian food, I give this a 10 out of 10. If you're looking for a lunch place, we went to a place called Can the Can. This was in the open, like big open area, as you can see right here, the big open area by the ocean. Had this like, I ate this bread with, what did they have on, like tomatoes, and I think it was like vegan. Don't know what it was, but it was really good. A 9 out of 10 as well. Another dinner place we went to was Sumaya, which is a Lebanese restaurant. Oh my god, the food also definitely 10 out of 10. We made a reservation here, so if you are looking for something a bit different to eat, we like a variety of foods when we're on vacation. We try mainly to eat whatever the local food is, but that day we decided to try the Lebanese food. Not too pricey, very cozy, and the food is just amazing. If you're looking for a local food, we went to 2 different places that we absolutely so good. Grapes and Bites is the first one. As you can see right here, these are the dishes that we had. We had a little, we always get like small like appetizer dishes. Oh my god, and the vibe, there was live music there, the wine was good, and like right next to like an open window type of thing, like looking into the street. This was definitely a 10 out of 10 as well. The last place that we went to as well, which is called Maria Pizzeria. Also a very local place, but the food, as you can see, a variety of appetizers here, more fish, shrimps. This was also, I would probably give this a 9 out of 10. But the food was really good, the service was great, the wine was good, and the dessert, the cheese thing, oh my god, it was so good. Get over to something else. If you want to have places to go and have a drink. Did you see that? I just did that. I have recommendations for places to go at night and drink. Monkey Mash was our go-to. It was pretty much right next to our hotel, which is beneficial, but it just was like this like underground type of lounge bar. Loved it. The vibe was good, the drinks was really good, and they even let you try the drinks before buying them to see if you like it. So we had this espresso martini, which was in their style espresso martini. Definitely a 10 out of 10. Probably one of the better espresso martinis that we've had, both me and my mom. If you have the chance, stop by Monkey Mash. And also the first place, this one that I can't pronounce the name of, was also another spot that we went back to frequently to have a drink or wine. This place is more expensive, I would say, but they do have a good, great, amazing service and pretty good drinks as well. Very interesting drinks, but good. For daytime, we went back to the Jardim Botanic Garden, because in the park there, as you can see, you can sit and like order drinks or wine at least. So we had a few drinks of the Vino Verde here. We tried to eat there once. The food is just not it. Don't recommend buying food, but just sitting there in the park during the day, when the sun is out, and having a glass of wine or whatever you enjoy drinking. It was just giving you a very peaceful recommendations and a little bit of tips and tricks before you leave. And I loved Lisbon. But yeah, that is it for this video. If anything, please let me know in the comments suggestions or any of you guys' recommendations for people when they decide to leave and go to Lisbon. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys.